Hey everybody, it's Joe Platts with PLACE and PLACE Navigators serving the greater Seattle area and the Boise, Treasure Valley, Idaho area. Welcome back. It's episode 14. Got a special guest for you this time, and just want to recap. In our previous episode, we talked about 3 hacks that you need to know. So if you missed that episode, go check it out. Number one thing you can do to help us out is to like, subscribe, share this. We want this information to be valuable to you as somebody who has an interest, hopefully some ownership in real estate, or you're on the journey of home ownership, as well as our industry partners. Like data and information and collaboration is so key to, I think, the success of everyone. And the beautiful part about real estate and our industry is that there is enough space, room, and opportunity for everyone to win. I was recently on a kind of a Zoom call with a gentleman named Lawrence Yun, and Lawrence is the lead economist for the National Association of Realtors. And Lawrence gave this quote that just I thought it was so awesome. And so what Lawrence said is he said if you want to build wealth in America, you have to own a piece of America. And I thought that was just such a great sentiment that supports our mission to deliver the dream of home ownership everywhere. And so today, I'm going to bring on a friend, a guest, a collaborator. I'd go so far to say a business partner, and talk to you about a unique tool, a unique piece of leverage that we use in our business. So if you're a practitioner, this is for you. If you're a homeowner, this is for you. If you're a home buyer, it could totally be for you. If you're an investor, I think there's a major strategy here. So I'm going to welcome Jeremy Morgado with ReUp Northwest. And Jeremy, welcome to PLACE Navigators. We're so thrilled that you'd spend some time with us today. Just give us a 15-second intro, who you are, what the whole side of your life looks like, and just kind of what your mission is.
Sure. Yeah. No, excited to be here. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So I guess, the biggest part of me is I'm married to my beautiful wife, Kaylin. We have 7 kids combined, 4 and 3. So We're very busy, anywhere from 20 all the way down to, or 21 now, all the way down to 13, and then have a beautiful grandbaby daughter as well. And then have, we have ReUp West Coast, where we own actually the entire West Coast region for ReUp. And really, our mission is we want to create winning solutions for people where everybody wins. And a lot of times in real estate, especially when it gets a little cutthroat, there's always tend to be a loser somewhere. And what we want to do is create solutions where everybody who's involved wins. And that really fits along with our life too, just what we were trying to do and what we're trying to create.
Well, shoot, man, that's why we're perfectly aligned in our mission, and I love that. So you and I have had a chance to really get in the weeds with a couple of home sellers. We'll start there. A couple of home sellers to create a unique solution, and what that looks like is that both of these people that we've met with so far, they're people that owned their home for a long time. Their homes were in fairly good condition, meaning like there was some pride of ownership, like they took care of something, like they didn't just let it go. It wasn't like dilapidated, but it was a little bit behind in like aesthetics and trends, and they didn't have like the HGTV color of the week on the accent wall kind of thing. So talk to me more how we use ReUp for that kind of homeowner that I would say not only is it that they have a home that's maybe a little dated, but they might be a little more equity rich than cash in the bank rich. So tell me where that fits.
Yeah, so we have a program where we partner with agents who have sellers whose homes need what we like to say a little bit of love, right? Like you said, sometimes we do the ones that are pretty hammered too, but most of the time, they're usually just dated. The couples have lived there for 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. They've never done any updates, like you said. And so what we do though is we sit down with the agent, like, okay, what would it take to make this home be one of the best homes in the area? Not too much, but like in that area for the max value of that home. And we take a look at it and say, okay, we'll just use fake numbers, right? And I know you're in Seattle, so I'll try to use bigger numbers, right? Because they're a lot bigger than what we're at here in Boise, Idaho. But let's say
you work both, bro.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Use 700. 700 is a really good, like, both markets have plenty of inventory there. So let's use a 700.
Okay. So let's say you come to me and you're like, Jeremy, if this house was completely remodeled, we could sell it for $700,000. So then what we do is we come in and we take a look and go, okay, what is it going to take to get this home to be a $700,000 home, right? So we'll come in and we bring our teams in, we evaluate it, we look at the comps, and okay, well, this is the things that we have to do. And let's just say it's $100,000 in order to get it to that $700,000 level. What we do as ReUp is we come in and we pay for the remodel, so there's no money up front out of your client's pocket. We are going to manage the remodel, and the greatest thing is our remodel number is 100% guaranteed, and it comes without interest, so you don't have to worry about change orders or things of that nature. Me saying it's $100,000 and coming back and saying it's 120. If we dive into it and it costs us a little bit more as ReUp as a franchise, we make the commitment that we'll cover that. So that way, the homeowners and sitting there, we're not eating away the homeowner's profit because a contractor did not do good enough due diligence to understand what the house needs to be done, right?
Gotcha.
So let's say we come in and we're looking at all those numbers. Okay, it's $100,000. So let's say the house is currently worth, we'll say $500,000 in its current state. So we're going to come in, we're going to do that remodel and put $100,000 remodel in it. So now we're in at $600,000, right? The $500,000 original plus $100,000. Then when you as the agent sell it for the $700,000, the client is going to get the $500,000 that was agreed upon value. We're going to get the $100,000. Then we're going to take that upswing of $100,000 and we're going to split it 50-50. So in this case, your client is going to make $50,000 more for literally just giving us the keys to their home. Plus, you're creating a home that's more desirable and easier to sell. You're not trying to sell it to an investor or someone who's going to come in to lowball your client. You're going to sell it to someone who actually wants to live in that home and have their family in that home or whatever their situation is, right? So it shifts you from an entirely different market into a entirely different buyer for that neighborhood and for that area.
Wow. Okay. So let's dissect that a little bit. So one of the things that I think I heard that's super exciting is that the person that doesn't quite have the cash to do the remodel on their home, they could sell that home at a discount to somebody who's going to capitalize on that situation. Or in this case, they could capitalize on this situation.
100%. So we basically move the seller into an investor position is what we're doing. I mean, they're the ones that have bought the home, right? They're the ones that have done the work of making the house payment and, and keeping up on the yard and things of that nature. So why should they lose that equity simply because they don't have either the knowledge or the cash to remodel it, right? So allow us to come in and so we can help you leverage your asset that you've worked so hard for. For some people, it's the biggest and greatest asset they'll ever own, right? And so let us come in and help you. And the really cool thing is an aspect of this product is we can even help those who are distressed, right? Let's say if you have a seller who's behind on their payments and about ready to lose their home. We have one here in Boise where the home was going into pre-foreclosure because of a divorce situation. It was not a very, amicable and friendly divorce. And so it's basically like, hey, you make the payment. No, you make the payment, all the way into pre-foreclosure status. And so we were able to actually sit with the husband and the ex-wife, help them come to an agreement. We paid their payments, got them caught up, got them out of pre-foreclosure, remodeled the home, and now they're both going to walk away with a little bit of cash in their pocket, walking away with a foreclosure or a pre-foreclosure on their record. Right. And we can tell you story after story after story where we've helped people. The one house we're helping you with in Seattle, right? The couple, is basically moving into a stage of life where they need help because they're elderly now. So now we're going to take the home. They've lived there for years.
Yep.
I mean, they're
raised their family there.
Raised their family there. They're both, using walkers, and their bedrooms are upstairs. Like they can't live there anymore, right? So we're going to come in, remodel that house so they could sell the house, so they could take that money and help them whatever stage of life that they need to move into, whatever their family decides is best for them, right? And so that's the really cool thing. Or you could be someone who just doesn't want to spend the money. But you got a home and you're all for it, so you don't have to be in a negative situation.
It could be convenient.
We have the freedom and the ability to really come in and help people really maximize their investment.
Yeah. Yeah. So I heard two more things, and I want to dig into that a little deeper. The other thing I heard is I heard that there was no interest, and it
Yep.
sounds like it's because we're going into partnership. Like
Yep.
like if it's my house and it's your money for the remodel, your construction crew, like my part of the partnership is I'm providing the property. Your
Yep.
part is I'm like washing my hands from
Yep.
all that stuff that can happen in construction. And
Yep.
and to go so far, you said that when we agree to a number that you're guaranteeing that number. So
Yep.
I don't have to worry about like contractor gone wild. I don't have to
Yep.
worry about maybe there was mold or rot that I didn't
Yep.
know about. I don't have to worry about the hot water tank blew up, right?
Yep.
Like all that's off of me as
100%.
the homeowner.
You know, and the nice thing that we bring to the table as a team, and even me as an owner, you know, I've been doing construction for 25 plus years. My dad was in the remodel business. I own a company that's in the remodel business. I flipped, over 300 homes and remodels, managing for an investment firm. So like, there's a lot of experience to bring to the table. So it's really hard for contractors to come in, for us to, come in and, mess us, pull the wool over our eyes.
You know what you're looking for.
Us. We know what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And so when we come in, we bring that expertise to the table. And I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought because there's guys out there waving.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So we've talked about how we use ReUp for sellers. Let's flip the table. What if I'm a buyer and my heart's desire is sure. I'd like to kind of put some sweat equity in something. Where could ReUp help me if I'm the buyer that I want my own touch on that thing?
Yeah. So we have a really cool product where we can come in and partner with you as the buyer. And let's say we'll use the same numbers, right? Let's say you're approved for $700,000, but then as your agent helps you find this neighborhood that you want to live in that has a home that needs the $100,000 remodel. Right, you're going to come in and buy that home for the $500,000. We're going to come in, then we're going to remodel that thing. We're going to put $100,000 in it. And the nice thing is this: you get to help us pick some of those finishes out, right? Because now you're in a position, so we'll let you pick out the paint colors and the tile within reason. You can always upgrade if you want. But the color of floorings, you'll actually be able to put your touch on it as a buyer, so that when you walk in, it actually feels like it's your home, right? So we're going to come in and do that $100,000 remodel, and then it's going to appraise for $700,000, right? So we're going to take again that difference, that $100,000 difference, and we're going to split it 50-50. And we're going to take our $50,000 and the $100,000 you put in the home, and you're going to have $50,000 that you can now use as the buyer to do whatever you want. You can put that as a down. You can put that back down towards your down. You can use it to buy down your rate. You can use it to buy new furniture for the house. You can use it to go on the greatest family vacation of your life. You can use that money however you want to. I mean, obviously, we recommend, hey, why not put it back down towards the house? Help cover the cost of the refinancing and all those different things. And we can, it's a really, really great opportunity. For that buyer to have the ability, instead of having to wait for a new build, or buy a house that someone else already earmarked. Hey,
thumbs up.
There we go. Now you actually get to come in and say, hey, you know what? I don't like dark cabinets. I want light cabinets. Yeah. I don't want this certain color of hardwood floor. I want this hardwood floor, and I don't like carpet in any of the bedrooms. I want I want LVP throughout the whole thing, right? You actually get to come in and help us do that and figure out what that is. I don't want brushed nickel, oil rub bronze or whatever it is that you want. Right? We could come in and now begin to customize that for you as the buyer, and now in a matter of 60 days, you're going to be moving into this brand new home that you just helped design and remodel, rather than having to wait 9 months to a year for a new build.
Wow.
And so
that's very unique in the buyer arena. Just speaking as somebody that's been in this industry for over 20 years, been a real estate investor, where does ReUp fit for me as the real estate investor? Because I can tell you, like I find when I'm helping someone else with their real estate investing, or I'm the investor and it's my money, that the number one challenge is nailing the numbers. Right. So So how does ReUp create a solution for me as a real estate investor that takes away the biggest pain, the biggest miss, the area that when I see other people and they do the numbers wrong, it usually costs them money. It's not an investment, it's a liability. How does ReUp help me there?
Well, the nice thing, right? A lot of times people have the ability to buy the home and they don't have the ability to necessarily remodel the home, right? And so, or you have these people who are buying these homes now trying to be a general contractor, trying to manage a project. They have no experience or they have very little experience. They don't understand all the ins and outs. And so how we work as ReUp with investors is like a JV partner, right? So as the investor, Joe, you're going to buy the home. The title is going to be in your name. It's your home, right? Then we're going to partner with you. And again, the nice thing about our remodel numbers is they're 100% guaranteed and they're interest free. You can never get a hard money loan that's interest free. You've got all the fees and different things. And so we're going to, again, use the same numbers. You bought the house for $500,000. We come in and put the $100,000 into it. The real estate agent sells it for $700,000. We split it. You just made $50,000. We made $50,000 and we both get to walk away happy and excited because we were able to make this project happen.
And so you're coming in as a JV partner. We're splitting the equity. I'm not paying interest. I'm not managing the contract. I don't have to be the contractor.
Nope.
My budget's not going to get blown. None of that's going to happen.
Yeah. So how many times do people lose money because they start digging into a project and they had a $60,000 budget and then $85,000 later?
I have the stories. One of my last ones, I budgeted on my spreadsheet $7,500 for electrical work, and the first bid I got was like $45K, and I about lost it. And then my second bid was $47K, and I thought, I just thought the first guy was crazy.
Yeah.
And then the second guy came in at 47, and then I thought I was crazy. And we got the problem solved for like $18K after we just kept figuring out the problem. But $7,500 to $18K was not that. So you're telling me if that was my situation, but I'd involved ReUp on that deal, that the $18K would have been your problem, not my problem.
Yep, and I would have had a
very frustrating day. Yeah.
Office would be very mad at me.
Right. But the difference is if your specialty is you're the real estate investor and Jeremy's specialty is he's the construction guy. Yeah. I think you're maybe taking a really pro level play and that you're playing to your strengths. So
really, I mean, there's really not anything that me or the team that I work with have not seen. I mean, even on that one house that we looked over in Seattle with you, that when we opened up the electrical box, we're like, oh, we're just going to put this cover back on because this is highly illegal in a whole bunch of different ways. But we knew to look there, right? Like how many people
and the innocent homeowner bought it that way. Yeah. Nobody told her. Yeah. So one more here as we kind of wrap up. One of the biggest challenges, as Jeremy, like I lead a couple of sales teams in a couple locations. I've got the managing broker's license. I'm heavily involved with real estate agent development and training and all those things, in addition to, having the blessing and the honor of getting to help, hundreds approaching 1,000+ families buy, sell, invest in real estate. But I know that when we start talking third parties, I'm just some real talk, bro. When we start talking third parties, real estate agents get really nervous. They get really nervous because they're used to kind of controlling the transaction. Yeah. And I call it canoe theory. And what I call canoe theory is this. If I bring you in, if I bring a house cleaner in, if I bring a photographer in, if I bring a window guy, like whatever it is, and I bring that person in and I tell imaginary client sitting right here next to me, I say, this is the guy, this is the gal, this is the company, and they screw it up, then it's like when somebody does something stupid in a canoe and everybody gets wet. We all end up in the drink. Yeah. So how do you integrate with agents, and how do you keep my canoe upright so that I don't end up saying, call Jeremy, and then we're both in the drink?
Yeah. So, and where we're different than any of our competition and a lot of people around is this: we're a partner with your seller or your buyer, right? We're partnering with them. We have invested money, invested time, right? We don't get paid until your seller or your buyer, whatever they're doing in that moment is satisfied, right? So we're not a contractor that you're going to pay that's going to run off and then all of a sudden you've got all these issues and things that need to be fixed, and you can't find them anymore because you paid them. We don't get paid. We just have a house here closing in Boise. There was a laundry list of RE10 work that we need done. So we didn't have to go find contractors. We just sent our team over there and got the RE10 work done as fast as we possibly could, right?
And that's an inspection response for people that don't know.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that people, so that we're invested. We're not.
And you stood behind your work. Right. Yeah. So a home inspector came in. We won't get into whether we agree with the inspector or not, but a home inspector came in. Hey, I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
You've been doing this a long time. So the home inspector comes in, they say, here's some concerns. ReUp did the remodel, and you're like, no questions asked. The crew's going out, and the crew's making the inspector and subsequently the buyer happy, subject to what they understand.
And the last thing we want to do is burn an agent, because they're our sales team. Because if I treat you good, Joe, as a real estate agent, and we treat your client really well and help your client out, we're now an added value to you. So you're going to want to use this over and over and over again, right? Because you think about it, as a real estate agent, you were going to make commission on a $500,000 home. Now you made it on a $700,000 home. And the really cool and unique thing that we do, and we're allowed to do, is we actually then pay that real estate agent a portion, 7.5% of our profit that we make. So that $50,000 will give you 7.5% as a thank you for being our agent, right? Because we were partnered now with your seller, so you're now basically technically our agent. So we're going to do everything we can to make sure the agent and the seller or the buyer is happy, because again, that agent, they're going to bring this customer one after another, right? Like, I'm anticipating, Joe, you're going to bring me 20 customers, right? Like that's huge. So why would I want to mess you over? Like, why would I want to break trust with you? This is something I don't want to do.
Right. So that's so good. So Jeremy, what I'm hearing is you're partnering with the homeowner.
Yeah.
You're not interfering with the realtor of their choice. I'm sure you know a lot of realtors if somebody didn't have one.
Yeah, we're not here to steal the client.
Yep. But you're not stealing the client. And not only are you partnering with the homeowner, but you're also partnering with the real estate community, because you opened. And I love this because of the consistency of your messaging. You open with, we create wins for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. When we partner with you, everybody wins. The seller wins, the seller's agent wins, the buyer wins, the buyer agent wins, the neighborhood wins, and we win. Like, literally everybody wins in this situation. So to me, it's the easiest decision on the planet. Like, I don't understand why more people are not taking advantage of this.
Yeah.
It's why we bought into the franchise. We're like, holy crap, you know how many people we can help? Yeah. I mean, this is incredible. If you have a house 2018 or 2012, 2013 or older, and it hasn't been, you didn't buy it in 2021 because you paid too much for it, then we could add a lot of value to your home. Yeah, a lot of value.
Well, that's awesome, man. Hey, we love to respect our audience and not take too much of their time, but give them great quality information. This has been phenomenal, Jeremy. And just so everybody knows, like Jeremy was invited on to PLACE Navigators because not only is the talk, but the walk's the walk. We're having great experience with our clients. We have clients right now that are in a great situation because we could create solutions that were not easily created before.
Yeah.
So we love you joining us at PLACE Navigators. For everybody, like I said, if you could do us a favor, like, subscribe, share this with somebody that could get some value from it. Again, this is something that it's open to everyone. And so we look forward to catching you on the next episode of PLACE Navigators. And you can check us out online, joeplatz.com, reupnorthwest.com is where you'll find us. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon.
All right. See you later. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.